Hello, friends. How are you all doing? Good evening, Salil. We've got, let me just update and see how many people are here. People are joining in. Namaste, friends. Namaste, Luis. How are you doing? Welcome to
Namaste.
the webinar. Yes.
Good morning from Colombia. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wonderful. We've got lots of people we already know, Luis, here. They're friends of mine, and there are lots of new people also joining in. I think people are quite excited about your presentation, Birds of Colombia, and bird watching in Colombia and responsible birding and all of that, which you're going to talk about. So, friends, welcome to our series of nature-centric webinars that we've been doing for a few years now. And today we have Luis from Colombia with us, who's a great friend and also a very senior bird watcher. And he's going to talk to you about Birds of Colombia. But before that, I'll quickly introduce myself to those who do not know about me. I am Mohit Agarwal. I'm an experiential ecotourism specialist. I've been trained by GSTC in sustainable tourism. I am the founder of Asian Adventures, which is India's largest bird watching company. Been in operation for 31 years. I'm also the founder of Global Wildlife Fair, which is going to happen this October in New Delhi. It's the first wildlife fair on the planet. And I also hold the position of vice chair in Asian Ecotourism Network. Asian Ecotourism Network is the Asian body of Global Ecotourism Network. So this fair is backed by Global Ecotourism Network, Asian Ecotourism Network, and Wildlife Trust of India. So welcome, friends, to this webinar, and I'll quickly introduce Luis to you. So Luis is a biologist from University of Tolima with 19 years of experience, specializing in bird observation and scientific research on endangered species. He's a co-owner and founder of Manakin Nature Tours. Over the past 12 years, Luis has dedicated himself extensively to birdwatching tourism, serving as a co-leader and local guide for ornithology tours with a lot of international companies. He has collaborated with prominent figures in the field, such as Stephen Hilty and Barry Walker and Richard Webster, Frank Lambert, gaining valuable experiences and skills from them. In 2004, Luis received the Observer's Prize from the BP Conservation Program for his leadership in significant project, focusing on one bird that he's going to talk about. I will not say what. He holds a master's degree in marketing from University of Barcelona and is an expert in the logistical planning and execution of birding tours throughout Colombia. Luis possesses the capability to organize, lead, and conduct birding tours all across all destinations. And this is a bit about Luis. And over to you, Luis. Go right ahead and show your magic.
Okay, thank you so much for the invitation to this amazing webinar. I like introduce of the Global Wildlife Fair. I'm super excited to be in this event, and I'm very happy. Also, I'm very excited to go to India. Will be my first time there, and really for me it's a honor to be here. And like you say, I'm working with ornithology for approximately 25 years now. But in my first years, basically, I was dedicated to study birds and biology, pure biology, basically. But after I decided to make conservation, and I work with different animals, and especially with some very interesting animals like a blue-billed Curassow, that is a very critical endangered species of Curassow that happened here in Colombia. And I start basically to work with different type of strategies in where the idea was conserve the forest and obviously conserve the animal. But the idea is basically to conserve the life of people that will be in harmony with the conservation of nature. And this was basically was the strategy that we start to use to conserve different species, and that I start to use to make conservation for myself. So, and during this time, I know, or I saw that one very good strategy was the tourism, basically, to make conservation. And I start to dedicate my life to do bird watching tours and wildlife watching tours, in where I can involve the people to this type of activities, to the tourisms, basically. So I'm start a company with my wife, in where the idea was to work in collaboration with the local people in all the areas in where are rare species, in where are important species, endangered species, things like this, and to work together with the people. So our company is obviously a wildlife and bird watching company alike others, but we have a very big component of conservation and communitarian work. And probably this is the thing for the reason that we have different companies or other companies in Colombia, that we are working in conservation and we are using the tourism to make conservation. So I'm so happy to be here. I'll say you, part of my history is basically that 20 years ago, I start basically to see birds with the intention to make tourisms. And I'm start to work with different companies that in the United States, different companies in England. And in 2009, in 2009, yes, I'm start my own company with my wife, and we start to open a lot of new areas and a lot of new routes in Colombia, doing the first Colombian building company to start to offer international tour for international travelers. So this thing permit that we can enter to many new places, to work with many new people that never have any contact with the tourism. And this permit also that we can find a lot of species, rare species that nobody knows well, and the people can enter after with the tourism and with the thing that we can enter to this place to make different studies and to make conservation. So new routes in Colombia, in Amazon, in the Pacific coast, in the south of Colombia was open for us, and for the reason we can enter to many different places. And now we are developed a lot of conservation strategies in different areas of the country. During the last years, we are very focused to make tourism, but also to make conservation, for the reason we have now a couple own natural reserves in where we are protecting very delicate or very sensible ecosystems, in where are a lot of biodiversity, and in where is important to work in environmental education with the people around, and to involve also the people in the different strategies of conservation. We are doing also different activities of environmental education with local people, especially with kids or especially with young people, that they appreciate basically the life and basically the nature, and are involved in the process of conservation in different parts of the country.
Luis, shall I start your presentation?
Yes, I will start with the presentation. Yes, give me a second. I will start to do it. And because I want to introduce basically sorry, I will come back this one. Okay, this is my presentation. It's bird watching, nature, culture, and photography in Colombia and Latin America. We are doing this one not just in Colombia, but we are doing also different type of tourism in Brazil, in Peru, Ecuador, also Panama, Guatemala, and Venezuela, also in some areas in where it's possible to go, and obviously all Colombia. So welcome. My company is Manakin Nature Tours, and it's a pleasure to make this presentation here. So why Colombia is one of a mega diverse country in the world is basically for our positional of geographic position. Colombia is in the north of the South America, exactly in the line of Ecuador. So we are a very tropical country, but with a lot of different elevations in our geography. We have habitats from the 0 meters of level to sea, so for the ocean, basically, and to the very high elevation in the mountains, approximately to 6,000 meters of elevation or 18,000 feet. And something very important is that we have two different oceans. That is the Pacific Ocean to the left side, and we are in the Caribbean Ocean also, or the Atlantic Ocean in the north side. So this is super important because the influence of these two oceans have or make a very big difference in the biodiversity in different regions. So basically all the biodiversity that we can find in the north is very different to the biodiversity that we have in the left side, in the Pacific coast. Other important thing that we have is that Andes, that is one of the most important cordilleras or mountain ranges that we have in the South America, or Andes, that is all these three ridges that we have. So what you can see here in the center is divided in three different ridges. This is super important because the biodiversity in the eastern side, in the central side, and in the western side are completely different. So the birds, the animals, or things like this are different between each cordillera, and each cordillera is divided for a very big valley. We have the valley in the Magdalena area, that is the valley that exists between the eastern and central cordillera, and the valley of Cauca, that is the valley that exists between central and western cordillera. And this is obviously one of the very important things that make that Colombia have close to 2,000 species of birds and other many big numbers in biodiversity, because basically everything is different. We have another big portion to the right side of the country in the area of the north right side, that the name is Llanos, that is an ecosystem of wetlands and savannas, very big wetlands and very big savannas, very good for photography, definitely. But also it's very interesting because it's basically life of lands of, for example, jaguars or capybaras or things like this. Maybe you heard about this in the past in countries like like Brazil or Venezuela. We have exactly the same ecosystem. In the south of Colombia and the southeast of Colombia, we have a very big portion of Amazon jungle. Basically, the 40% of the country is Amazon jungle. Is basically virgin area of Colombia. So nobody going in this area. Exists some cities, exists some little towns, but basically all the Amazon area is completely isolated. It's not possible to enter there with cities or cars and things like this for the reason, or Amazon is super important for us. Other very important thing is that we have some islands in the Caribbean coast and the Pacific coast that receive a lot of the species of animals and especially birds from the north coast or from the north of America or from the south of America that involve many migratory birds. And also we have some different isolated serranias, that is very big mountains that is completely isolated of other mountains, of other areas of biodiversity in Colombia, that made that these areas are completely endemic areas. So for example, here in the north, I don't know if you can see, but about, say, Santa Marta area or Guajira is a very big mountain. The name is Santa Marta. And Santa Marta Mountains is completely endemic area. Basically all birds and all animals that happen there are endemics of Colombia. And we have some example, for example, like a Santa Marta parakeet, Santa Marta brassfin, Santa Marta tapaculo, Santa Marta everything, because all just happened there. So it's very interesting because we have some different serranias like this. For example, we have Serranía de la Macarena in this area that is very important for this presentation because we have a nice place that I want to show you after. And we have another very nice serranias with a lot of animals and lots of species. For the reason Colombia is super complex in biodiversity, and we have a lot of the species, and we have a lot of different habitats. If you want to go for the ocean today and to be in the mountains in 4,000 meters of elevation tomorrow is possible, basically with short distance, because everything is connected one with one with another one. So it's very nice because you can change of habitat, you can change from species in few days or in few hours, and this is one of the most attractive things for photographers or for people that like the biodiversity and the animals and the ecosystem and things like this. So Colombia have a lot of different cultures too. This is important. So the regions or each regions is different in culture. For example, the people that live in the North Coast is completely different to the people that live in the Pacific or in the Llanos or in Amazon. So the multicultural areas are something fascinating because you can be with people of mountain or you can be with people of valleys or people of Amazon, and to discover many different traditions, many different parties, many different celebrations, and obviously many different connections with nature too. So it's very nice because our tours or yes, the thing that we want to do with our tours is that the people will be connected with the nature, obviously, but also that can find a connection with the people that live around the nature. So this is something super nice, and it's very beautiful because in our tours or in Colombia, basically you are not looking just birds or animals. You are learning about the culture. You are learning about the life of the people around the nature, and it's something super excited also for many different things. So I want to talk about them. This is the first area that I want to show you, that is Andes, and Andes is basically, or the means of Andes is basically mountains. When you are thinking in Andes, you are thinking immediately in mountains, high elevation, very nice cloud forests, very nice I don't know, snow peaks or things like this. And obviously, are you thinking in animals like hummingbirds? I know that in India and in Asia, you don't have hummingbirds, and here is a paradise of hummingbirds. We have 123 species of hummingbirds in Colombia, and many of these hummingbirds, 173, sorry, and all of these hummingbirds are unbelievable, amazing. And for example, the hummingbird that you're seeing in this picture, the name is green-bearded helmet crest, and is one of the most wanted species that the people want to see when come to Colombia, to Andes area, because this little hummingbird that is very, very small one, like this size approximately, live in 4,000 meters of elevation, in where everything is super cold, and in where, I don't know, the temperatures come down to 2 Celsius degree or minus zero Celsius degrees, and this bird live there, and basically is the unique bird that live in these elevations. So it's very nice also because recently some people or the scientists make studies in where separate these species in 4 different species of helmet crest. Green-bearded helmet crest that is in the Eastern Andes, another one that is buffy helmet crest that is in the Central Andes, and another one that is blue-bearded helmet crest that is in the Santa Marta area, in this isolated mountain I explained you, and another one that is white-bearded helmet crest that is in Venezuela. So obviously, to have the collection of helmet crest is something super attractive for the people that want to take pictures or want to see this type of bird, because they need to go to different areas of the country to take the 4 species. This is so beautiful, and it's possible to see in this plant that you can see there that the name is frailejón. It's a type of Speletia species, and it's so beautiful plant also that looks like short palms that are basically in the Páramo ecosystem, that is ecosystem that just exists in Andes. So this is one of the examples that I want to show you, and my presentation is basically based in examples of itineraries with example of bird that you can see. For example, this is the itinerary of the classic Andes, that the name is Las Tres Cordilleras, or three reaches of Andes. It's a tour, for example, of 2 weeks, and in general, all tours are of 2 weeks, in where is distributed for the 3 different cordilleras, so Central, Eastern, and Western Andes. As I say you, the diversity is completely different in each cordillera. For example, when you travel to Central Andes, it's possible to see birds like Andean cock of the rock, this beautiful red bird that are in the lowest area of in the lowest part of the presentation. It's so nice. We have some areas in where exist some legs. That legs are these points in the habitat or in the forest in where the males that are this bird here start to call and start to the reproduction displays with the females. This is very nice animal. Exists two species of cock of the rock in Colombia. This is Andean cock of the rock, and we have another one in the Amazon that the name is Ghanan cock of the rock. And today picture of this one is amazing, really. So sometimes you can be literally 3 meters to the birds, and the birds start to calling in front of you and make all the noise and things like this. We have also one of the jewels of the Andes are the ampitas, and this little bird here in the left side high, in the center basically, that the name is crescent face ampita. This special ampita, the name is Lunita. And Lunita is one of these individuals that come to eat worms in the feeders of ampitas. And it's very, very nice, and it's very special with this. Ampita was lost for many years. And now in one place that the name is Hacienda El Bosque is basically feeding in a beautiful lodge in where the people are going to see this ampita with other ampitas there, like for example chestnut crown ampita or bicolor ampita or many different ampitas. Are very similar to pitas in Asia. Probably you know this one. It's very similar to pitas in Asia, but these don't have beautiful colors like your pitas. These are basically land colors are like brown or yellow or things like this, but are incredibly difficult to see. So for the reason, the feeders that have ampitas are very, very important and are very nice to visit. We have another colorful birds, especially tanagers, fruit eaters, or birds like this. For example, the bird that are in the left side of presentation, the name is golden-breasted fruit eater. And the golden-breasted is a type of fruit eater that is an animal specializing to eat fruits in the forest. Are so beautiful, and all fruit eaters have this type of colors. All the time is in the canopy or in the middle dorsal or middle level of the forest. Are very nice to take picture, and also sometimes come to the feeders to eat worms. It's very interesting because these birds in general don't load to the land, but for worms they are coming to it. So it's nice. And another two birds that I see is glistening green tanager that looks like an emerald tanager. It's an emerald color tanager. It's very nice. It's very beautiful color. And for example, the last one that is in the center down is a chestnut-breasted chlorophonias. All these type of birds that probably heard a little rare for you means basically many colors. When you are talking about tanagers, we are talking about chlorophonias or fruit eaters, means many, many, many colors to see. So it's beautiful. Andes is an area with a very easy logistic. So to move between different cities and different locations for birding in Andes is easy because it's basically a more developed area in Colombia. Very good roads, very nice hotels, very nice food. The logistic and the access to the places are super nice. And this is one of the most popular tours in Colombia, to be honest. So are many good places. We can extend this tour per 2 or 3 more weeks, basically, and the people can see different birds every day and different animals. So in this type of tours, also it's possible to see some different type of mammals or other animals. For example, in the Eastern Andes, close to Bogota, that is the capital city of Colombia, it's possible to see a spectacled bird. This very big animal bird, I don't know if you understand bird, I would write you. Bird is a spectacle bird that is possible to see in the Eastern Andes. Also, it's possible to see some type of cats that sometimes come to eat fish, and the people is feeding with fish, and the picture that is possible to see to take with of these cats are amazing. Also, it's possible to see some species of monkeys, for example, howler monkey or red howler monkey is so beautiful to see in Andes, or another animal, some different foxes or some different tairas or things like this that is so beautiful. And this is very special, and it's very beautiful area to travel and very easy. If you ask me and you tell me what is the first tour that you recommend to do in Colombia, if you are a bee watcher, is definitely Andes. Is one of the most easy and best. Another region that is very nice is the Caribbean coast. So the Colombian Caribbean coast is in the north of Colombia, and is basically composed with areas of the lowlands in the border with ocean, but have two very particular things is that are two very big isolated serranias or isolated mountains that make. Oh, sorry. Are you hearing me, or I am receiving that? Okay, that are two isolated serranias that have a lot of endemic species, and it's very nice also because you can combine basically the birds of the lowlands, yes, in the dry forest or in the wetlands or in the coast with the birds of the mountains that include also different species of mammals and butterflies on things like this. So in the North Coast, so we have birds like this, same Glorophonias, tanagers, cardinals, mudmugs, for example, and some other species of hummingbirds that are completely different to the Andes region. As we are in the lowlands, so it's very nice because basically the birds are completely different to the mountains. And you can see, for example, things like Buffy hummingbird, that this hummingbird to the left side that is so nice because it's basically a pale hummingbird, but it's have a very good sight. And this hummingbird, for example, is very interesting because they like some yellow flowers to eat. And when you have this hummingbird in front of a very bright yellow flowers, the picture are really amazing because so the bird is pale and with the yellow flower make a very nice contrast. And this bird happened in Guajira Peninsula, that is in the very north coast, in the northeast coast of Colombia, and the ecosystem then is a dry forest. Dry forest is basically very short forest in where to take picture is super nice. All the time is sunny and the light is super good to take pictures. Is one of their destination that one of the most favorite destination for photographers because to take pictures is very easy. The species are very easy, and obviously the possibility to interact. How do you say that? To see other aspects of the culture of the ecosystem of the habitats is very nice too. But if we move a little more to the mountains, remember that I tell you about the Santa Marta Mountains and Perijá Mountains. You can see birds are like this tanager here to the right side to high, that this little tanager with the red head, this tanager, the name is bay-headed tanager, and is one of the birds that is possible to see in Santa Marta Mountains, plus all the endemic species. So remember, Santa Marta parakeet, Santa Marta tapaculo, Santa Marta brassfinch, Santa Marta everything, and it's very nice because the birds there just you can see that in any other part of the country, any other part of the world, and are places with very good feeders, are places with very good space for photographers, or very good spaces for big watchers, and include some very nice lodges also in this place. Also, to travel to these places are very easy. And in some feeders, for example, you can see this little mudmot here that the name is broad-billed mudmot. This bird with the orange head and the blue tail that have in two rackets is other bird that is very, very common to see in this area and is one of the most wanted. And this is very nice also to make film, but for the filmmakers when he start to stop and to make the tail like a clock. Is very nice to see it. And basically this tour is easy. Also is my second recommendation. That is very popular tour also for the number of endemic species that are possible to see there, and also because it's very easy to travel. Also, you can enjoy the culture of the area, many culture of the Caribbean people. So a lot of nice beaches and a lot of nice food, especially fish food, and a lot of culture of the different indigenous communities that live in the mountains and in the desert of the dry forest. So, for example, in the dry forest of Guajira Peninsula, that is in the north coast, you can see Guayu indigenous, that is people that have a very nice red dresses, like a cardinal, this bird here in the center. This is the vermilion cardinal. All the ladies have a red dresses like this bird and have a very nice dance and have a very nice music too. Or if you up to the mountains in Santa Marta, you can see or you can have the opportunity to live the experience to be with Kogi indigenous communities or, for example, with Arhuacos, indigenous communities. I will write you here in the chat if you want um, to check more information about this. Are Kogis and Wajus. Okay, yes, and yes, and this is very nice region, and it's very easy to travel to. The other of the jewels, and for me probably is my favorite area of Colombia, is the Colombian Amazon. I love Amazon. Definitely, is if you never going to the Amazon jungle, the experience definitely that you live in the Amazon jungle is unbelievable, amazing. You never can see forests more conserved, more biggest, or more powerful than the Amazon. You know, Amazon is basically one of the areas most important of biodiversity in the world, and it's so beautiful for birds, for mammals, for indigenous, for rivers, especially for landscape, for everything. The rivers are really, really amazing. And also for reptiles, it's very good for frogs and snakes. So if you can go, or for example, in a tour, when we're going to make some night explorations in the Amazon jungle, it's possible to see a lot of poison frogs and a lot of venomous snakes or snakes or vipers, things like this. And it's very nice also to take pictures, you know, so to have a picture, for example, a multicolored frog that is poisonous, and to go can see these animals is really, really amazing. And also obviously the birds that are possible to see, that many of the birds in Amazon are very rare. For example, this little egret that you can see is it's a beautiful heron that the name is whistling heron, and it's a beautiful heron that when it's flying make a song like a, and all the time it's in couples, and it's so beautiful. And when it's in the reproduction stage, season, it's super nice with the colors in the face, super beautiful. That these little feathers behind the head are very excited too, and it's a beautiful animal to see. So about Amazon, this is some of the example of the bird that you can see. The first one, and probably the first that you see, is this cock of the rock. Remember that I tell you about Andean cock of the rock in the Andes, in Andean area? This is the Amazon cock of the rock, or Guianan cock of the rock. This is unbelievable animal. You can see also in legs. And it's very interesting because you can see also the behavior. The behavior is basically that this animal perch in a little branch, and they clean everything around them to show you basically to the females, okay, I'm a very ordered guy, you know, I have a very nice clean house, and I want to do my display and my dancing, and it's so beautiful to see this and to make different competition of different males to be with the female, sorry. And it's so nice to take pictures. Obviously, it's a very, very photogenic species, and we have like 5 or 6 different locations in Colombia, in Amazon, in what is possible to see in lakes. It's incredible to take pictures, and also include also other beautiful areas in where it's possible to see a lot of indigenous culture. There's like to the left that the name is long-billed wood creeper. Is one of a big wood creeper like this side with a beautiful sun, respond very well to the playback. Sometimes come immediately to see who other animal or who other wood creeper is calling, and have this very long bill. It specializes to insects, and it's super nice. Birds are like to the left, for example, is the bronzy jacamar. That is a different family that probably you don't have in India and in Asia. That is family of jacamars. Looks like a big hummingbird, but don't have nothing to do with hummingbirds. It's animals specialized in to eat insects, and we have like 20 different species of jacamars in Colombia. This is bronzy, but we have brown, and we have pale-headed, and we have rufous tail, we have white chin jacamar. Many beautiful of these birds have a very nice songs also, and they're specialized to eat insects. Are very similar to the bee eaters, but are different families. It's super nice. And for example, birds are like this one in the lowest part of the presentation. That is turquoise tanager. Tanagers have full color birds, and in Amazon exists some very nice species. Turquoise tanager is one of these. But for example, I will write you here. You can see also one tanager that the name is Paradise Tanager. If you can search in Google or something. This is other of the tanagers of Amazon jungle, and it's super nice. You can basically to search information about this, and it's beautiful. In Amazon, or the trips in Amazon are very nice because basically we're going to two different locations. We have many locations, but this example, for example, of this itinerary that is the Colombian Amazon, we visit one area that the name is Mitu in the southeast of Colombia in Amazon, and we're going to Inírida, that is in the east side of Colombia. And we use basically three hotels. One hotel in Bogota, that is the capital city. We take a flight to Mitu. We stay there 6 days or 5 days, and we come back to Bogota, and the next day we travel to Inírida, and we come back to Bogota again. So we stay per 5 or 6 nights in one hotel, and we have the activities basically every day to move from the hotel to the different locations, taking different pictures, visiting different indigenous communities or different type of forests, and to taking pictures. So it is a very, very nice trips in where definitely in a tour of 2 weeks like this, it's possible to see 450 species approximately of birds and to take a lot of pictures and to enjoy too much basically the area. Amazon jungle have one particular thing is that the rivers are amazing. For example, Inírida is a Ramsar site. Ramsar is a protected area for wetlands in Colombia. So basically everything around the town is water. So you basically need to move in different boats or in boats to go to different rivers or to go to different locations in where obviously we're going to see animals and birds. For example, one of the beautiful animals that you can see in the Amazon jungle is the pink river dolphins. It's possible to see commonly in the rivers of Amazons, and sometimes possible to see jumping on the water, for example, is beautiful. And also animals are like, I don't know, many monkeys, like woolly monkeys, howler monkeys, spider monkeys. It's possible to see animals are like jaguars, for example, that are very, very beautiful cat, similar to leopards. And it's possible to see, I don't know, animals are like tairas or some tapirs, like a terrestrial tapir, or animals like this. It's a beautiful area. It's very hot also and very humid, but the hotels that are there are beautiful hotel with air conditioned and many places like this. So it's beautiful, and definitely it's a region that I can recommend you. It's my favorite region to go to take pictures and to see animals, because basically, or the thing that happened there is that you can have surprises every day, all the time, so it's like I don't know, you never know what happened with the animals. In any moment can be a jaguar, or in any moment can be a very nice woolly monkey, or some very rare species like a capuchin bird, for example. And I will write you, I want to just check this animal, capuchin bird, and that is very nice too. So next location and next region is the Orinoquia and Llanos Orientales, that is basically the eastern plains of Colombia. It's the area of savannas, very beautiful savannas area, and it's very nice to see capybaras, jaguar, caimans, things like the anteaters, tamanduas, many different animals. And the good thing of this area is that probably the most photogenic area of Colombia, because our savannas, basically big savannas with different patch of forests around where the animals are inside the forest, and when they live of the savannas, it's possible to see a lot of action, animals hunting other animals or birds in the wetlands. It's so beautiful, and basically the landscapes are amazing. The sunset, the sunshines are amazing, and very good logistic also. I like our flat areas, so it's very easy to move, between one place to another one, and the pictures are unbelievable, amazing. It's like, I wanted to imagine something like Africa. It's very similar to one safari in Africa, in the Llanos Orientales and Orinoquia region of Colombia. So Some example that happen in this area is, for example, the scarlet ibis, that this bird to the right side of the presentation, and these ibis that are very, very red ibis are like this side. I know that you have ibis in India eating, so it's possible to see toucans, that we have a lot of species of toucan in Colombia. This is an example. In the low right is one aracari, that the name is chestnut ear aracari. Is so beautiful because are very good hunters. So it's possible to see in many different locations calling. In fact, in some natural reserve, you can see basically this bird calling in the top of the trees, calling and calling during hours, and it's so beautiful because the colors and basically the shapes and the behavior is so nice. Other birds are like puffbird, that is in the low center. Puffbird is my favorite family of animals, of birds. And it's this type of beautiful birds that are very quiet all the time in the dark area. But when you can see, you can take a lot of beautiful picture, and it's super nice. Or, for example, barbets, that are the birds that are in the center high. It's so beautiful too. And this, for example, this tour is something very interesting because the name is Southern East Colombia, or the transition Andean, Orinoco, and Amazon. And it's a tour that is start in the mountains in Andes, and we down for Llanos, or for savannas, and we finish in the Amazon region. You can imagine the big number of species that will be possible to see in this area is really, really amazing, because you are combining three of the most rich ecosystems in Colombia in just one trip. And one very, very special thing that happened in this tour is that we visited one natural reserve that the name is Harpy Eagle Reserve. Probably, I don't know if you heard about this eagle. This eagle is probably the biggest eagle and the most powerful eagle that exists in the world. This is a very nice competition with Philippine eagle. Who is more powerful, Philippine or Harpy eagle? We are going in this place to one area or one natural reserve that the name is Harpy Eagle Natural Reserve, and it's probably the best place to see Harpy eagle in the world, in all range distribution. It's an eagle approximately 1 meter 20 centimeters, super powerful. The hand is basically more bigger than the hand of a human, and it's an animal incredible, amazing. So this is a tour that is very nice for the combination of habitats, many different animals, including, for example, little or some different type of cats, pumas or mountain lions. It's possible to see king vultures, curassow, many things that are coming also to heights of photography of mammals. So this is a very nice tour, and it's a very beautiful region in where you can combine also with different type of culture. For example, in San Jose del Guaviare, that is one of the regions that we visit in this tour, we visit some walls that have a lot of paints of what is the name of this one? It's a very old paints that are in the walls that have more of 50,000 years old. It's amazing because it's like a very nice sanctuary of history and indigenous things that happened many, many years ago. I want to write the place that you need to see if you want to see this time. San Jose del Guaviare walls, pictures walls that you share in internet about the place that are possible to see. In fact, the Gyan and cock of the rock, that this beautiful orange bird, is possible to see in front of one of these walls with these old paints. So, Southern Colombia is very special route, definitely. Southern Colombia is a special route because probably is one of the best building routes in Colombia. Why? Because it's the combination between the most biodiversity regions in all the country. So it's basically Andes, Amazon, and the Pacific coast. In this area, the Southern Colombia, it's possible to see in 2 weeks approximately 800 species of birds, including the Andean condor, that is our national bird, that come to the feeders to eat some different animals or dead animals. Is amazing. Southern Colombia is incredible for the biggest number of birds that is possible to see. Like I say, you 800 species in 2 weeks approximately. My personal record, is to see 915 species in 2 weeks with a group in this route. That is something really amazing to see. Close to 1,000 species in 2 weeks is amazing. Obviously, this is a hardcore tour. It's like all the time we are looking birds, because exists something that the name is mixed flocks. That is a flocks of birds that are moving between the forest searching food, but it's possible to see in one mixed flocks 70 species together. So this is something really, really amazing. And obviously it's sometimes could be a brooming, so it's many birds eating and coming and looking, and very nice. But for somebody that like birding, like hardcore birding, is something amazing. It is in the south of Colombia, very nice logistic, very nice places, because you are going from Amazon, that is very hot and warm. You are going to the top of the mountains in Andes in the Colombian Massif. So many different ecosystems in few places and in few days. So this is another big recommendation if you want to see a big number of species in few days, this is amazing. Birds that happen, for example, Blue-billed mountain toucan to the left, beautiful toucan, or this one that is something very rare because it's a combination between barbets and toucan, that is toucan barbet in the center high. Another tanager that is flame-faced tanager, beautiful hummingbirds are like a rainbow bearded thornbill in the right high, or birds are like a scarlet and white tanagers, or some birds are like a deep blue flower person, that is the blue one with the yellow eye bird. So, Pacific Coast and Cauca Valley is another area in the Pacific Coast. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, but it's a little complicated area for the temperature or for the humidity. This area is one of the most humid area in the world, on the most raining area in the world. Obviously, the biodiversity is unbelievable nice, unbelievable amazing, and the birds is amazing, but you need to be prepared to be wet all the time. So this is super cool for photography. The species of birds that are around there are amazing. They have obviously some of the best birding spots, but the best birding feeders, or the bird feeder that exists in all Colombia, in Cali and around, in Cali City and around. So the feeders there include birds like a multicolored tanager, chestnut wood quail, or things like a purple-throated woodstar, many different types of manakins, beautiful tanager, things like this, and it's very, very popular for photographers. So this area, or this tour, the Pacific Coast and the region, it's very, very rare. It's very, very interesting because probably have the best location or the best scenario for photographers. So people that use lens of 800 millimeters, 600 millimeters prefer this area because have the best feeders. So the best pictures are possible to see in this area, in feeders, in set areas or set photographic areas, And another very special thing that I want to talk today is this one, is Harpy Eagle Conservation Program. And why I want to say this is because this is our own project of conservation. So we have a natural reserve in Vista Hermosa in the south center of Colombia. This is the area with a very big population of Harpy eagle, and we have one area that is protected or that is protecting a nesting area of these eagles. This eagle, I say you, are super big. It's probably the biggest eagle in the world and the most powerful eagle in the world. And we have one area where protecting the forest, the animals that are the food of this eagle, and the nesting area. It's super, super amazing, and probably is the best place to take picture of this one. So you can see, it's very difficult to find any area in the world where it's possible to take this picture without to be in a platform. Literally, you can be in a very nice place with so nice chair, with a beer to your side, with your camera in front, taking picture of this one. It's so really amazing. And I want to give you, this is some, sorry. And the place basically have a beautiful lodge in where you can see basically the eagle from your bed, and in a lodge with satellite internet connection, with hot water to take showers. From your bed, you can see the tree in where is the nest. Is something really amazing, and it's good also because we have some heights to photography mammals, and also some feeders to photography tanagers and hummingbirds and many different animals that come there. So this is one of the beautiful, beautiful places that we have in Colombia, and everybody's welcome to see it. We have some very special trips also that include also the Colombian Big Five. It's a tour designed to see some of the most important animals or big animals that we have in Colombia. The first one is mountain tapir. It's a very big animal, like a cow. Similar like a cow, but it's not a cow, it's a tapir. It's beautiful to see this one in some areas of Andes. We can see also the Andean condor, that is our national bird, and it's one of the most biggest birds in the world. We have to see a spectacle bird, and we have chance to see the harpy eagle, and we have chance to see the jaguar. We also have another tour that the name is Bird from Colombia, From Your Lenses. That is a tour specifically for photographers. It's designed to take pictures in the best photographic sets that exists in Colombia. It's very nice to take pictures of hummingbirds, tanagers, wood quail, fruit eaters, ampitas, things like this that are basically full color birds that everybody want to take, or everybody want to have the perfect picture of this. And we have another nice tours, like it's a combination between the culture and obviously the nature. So with the chance to see to go to some beautiful places with birds and animals also, but also with beautiful aspects of culture, like gastronomy, indigenous communities, beautiful, colorful towns, experience with bees, with coffee, that we have the best coffee in the world, and things like this. So we have beautiful, beautiful experience there, and basically ready. So and yes, so here meet you in the Global Wildlife Fair in 2025. I will be there. So if you want to know me, and if you want basically to talk with me about your plans to come to India. Recently, we are receiving a lot of people of India here in Colombia, especially to photographic tours, and everybody's more than welcome. And I hope to see you in India too. Very, very happy to be there. So thank you so much. This is my contacts here. So any question, just you can write me, and for me it will be a pleasure. So Mohit, just tell me.
Thank you very much, Luis. What a wonderful presentation. I think people loved it. And, even if people weren't listening to you, they were looking at all the photos. Your presentation was exceptional. It was really, really nice. So friends, if you've got questions to ask him, you could put them in the chat box or Q&A. And, there is a question from Pankaj, where he says, what is the cost of a 10-day visit to Colombia? And, if you don't have anything ready, then what you can do is, I put your contact, your email address here. So friend, what you can do is you can write to Luis directly and ask him what the tour cost is. And during the fair, when you meet Luis, he will have some fixed departures. Maybe you should plan one, Luis, so that you can take people from here for a 10-day tour plus flight times, and make them see, your country and the birds, and make them photograph all of those, little things and those big things. Harpy eagle, maybe. There's a friend of mine, Luis, I don't know if you know him. His name is Everton. And Everton Miranda, he was a researcher of harpy eagles, and then also he was working on anacondas in the rainforest. And, he was telling me that it's now easy to see harpy eagles, right? So you can take people, right? So
but about Harpy Eagle, we have this very privileged area in the southeast, in the south central of Colombia, in where we have a nesting area, And now, in fact, we have a juvenile of 22 months that all the time is around around the tree where he born, basically feeding and eating different animals, monkeys and tamanduas and sloths, things like this. It's very nice. And the season of reproduction basically have a duration of approximately 40 months from the timing where the parents are making the display and from the baby is basically alone. So it's amazing. 14 months of all the time with the harpy eagles in the nest. It's so beautiful.
Wonderful. And do you have to climb a lot? Do you have to go on a watchtower to see them?
Sorry, I don't understand.
You have to climb a watchtower, a big tower. You have to go up.
It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily.
None.
It's not necessarily because the tree is basically in a cannon, in the center of the cannon, and you have the nest in the eye level, basically 72.5 meters. Just 72.5 meters to have the nest with the eye level. It's not necessary to go to platform. You can be in front of the nest with a beer and a chair. Very easy with internet connection, basically sharing your videos or sharing your picture in Facebook or Instagram. Very easy. It's really is the best place.
Wonderful. And some people want to know how far is Brazil from Colombia, and is it easy to get the visa?
Yeah, it's. I think so. Yes. So we don't have any problems to obtain a visa. Of my clients never have any problem to obtain a visa. So you need to do this with time.
Yeah,
No
I don't
problem.
think
This
there's
is
a
basically
problem.
the same process that I need to do to go to India to obtain a visa. But yes, they have a very good relationship between both countries. Between Brazil and Colombia, yes, in fact, we have a border with Brazil. Colombia have a border with Brazil, but depends of the area that Brazil that do one visit will be 4 hour, 5 hour flying, because if you want to go to the south of Brazil from Colombia, it's approximately 5 hour flying. But we have tours in both in both countries, in different ecosystems, different animals. For example, if you want to combine Andes with the Atlantic forest in Brazil, it's possible, and you can see in 1 month, in 4 weeks, more of 1,000 species easily. So it's very nice. Safe about Colombia, yes, it's very safe. So we have a lot of problem in the past, but approximately 15 years ago, we don't have any more problems with violence. Obviously, like in many countries of this region of the world, we have cartels of drugs and things like this, but they are very interested basically in this business. So they are not interested in kidnapping. They are not interested in to have problem with the tourism. It's their own business there. But in general, in all the country, we don't have any problems. So problems are in the border with Venezuela, and in the border with Panama, and in the border with Ecuador, but and in very isolated areas in where we never going there. So are areas that definitely we cannot go, but the 90% of the country is very safe. We're doing tours with people of all the worlds: American, British, European, Indian, Chinese, everybody. Like 15 years ago, without any problem of security. So you will be very safe to travel to Colombia. So no problem. We don't have any problems here.
That's awesome. So, which is the best time to be in Colombia for the Caribbean part?
Yeah, Colombia, as a tropical country, we don't have seasons. So we don't have winter or summer, nothing like that. We have or rain season or dry season, basically. So Caribbean coast, for example, is an area that it's a dry area. So we don't have a very dramatic rain season, so it's possible to go all year, and this is possible to go all year. Basically, the unique area that have some problems for the dry season or rain season is Amazon jungle. And the thing is that, or the difference is that the level of the rivers are very high in the rain season or very low in the dry season. So in the rain season, you need to move them both. On the dry season, you can go in cars or walking, basically. But you can visit Colombia anytime. So we don't have any difference for the seasons, basically.
What about vegetarian or vegan food?
Yeah, it's possible. Both choices are possible, and so no problem. The people also don't want to eat beef, cow beef or something. It's possible too. We have chickens or other animals, or vegetarian or vegans. Options are possible in all the country, so no problem. Probably not too delicious like Indian food, vegetarian or vegan, but we try to do all possible. So, but we have a lot of vegetable here. We are a very productive areas of vegetables, so many different things.
So in 10 days, how many species can one expect? Species meaning
In 10
mammals
days.
and birds put together.
In 10 days for birds, more of 300 for sure, 350. Depends of the area
That's
that you
pretty
would
good.
visit. Yeah, and mammals depends of the area that you would visit. For example, in Andes is the most difficult area to see mammals because obviously for the geography is very difficult because are mountains and very dense forests. But if you're going, for example, to Amazon or to Llanos, that is the area of the savannas, is easier. For example, if you're going to, I don't know, to Llanos in Atoll Aurora or something like this, it will be possible to see 20, 25 species of mammals, including
Oh, that's
monkeys
pretty
and
good.
jaguars, deer, things like this. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. I would like you to share a list of birds and mammals at a later stage, and I'm going to pass it on to all the attendees here, so that they get to know, which mammals and birds to expect when they travel with you. So when you have time, not now, but in the next 1 week, 10 days, 1 month, send me your list that I can share with all the attendees here who are here to listen to
Yeah,
you.
sure, no problem. In fact, we have some type of tour that the name is Target Species Tours or Hit List Tours, in where the people send you the list of species that they want to see, and we make a personalized trip, especially searching the animals or searching the bird that the people want to see. We understand so that people have very specific lists, so we can make this personalized, customized tour for them.
In my company, I removed these two words from our dictionary: target list and hit list. We call it wish list because target would mean that you need a gun, and hit list is the same. So we call it wish list. So the wish list
Exactly,
is
wishless or hitless or things like this. Yes, I know. I know. The people is asking how is if possible to have direct flights from Colombia, from Asia to Colombia. Uh, I know that it's possible to fly from Turkey directly. No, but this is Africa. Sorry, no. So no. The best thing is basically to fly to Panama or to fly to United States, basically, or to fly to some country of Europe, maybe France or Spain or
I think
England.
Middle
We have,
East. I think
yeah.
Middle East. We can fly to Dubai and then take Emirates from there.
Yeah, also from, I think so, from Dubai is possible. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. So I think Dubai is a best bet for Asia. So it was
Mm-hmm.
so Garvey is asking which is the best place in Colombia to see most species.
Oof, complicated. It's complicated because it's different. Yeah, it's like no, I don't know. It's no. It's difficult to say which is the best place because we have many different locations with many different habitats and many different birds. So, but my recommendation, if will be the first time, I like saying the presentation will be Andes. It's the easier place with very big number of species and more full color species that are more attractive. It's more to catch people that say, "Wow, Colombia is amazing." So Andes is very easy. And Amazon is very nice too, but it's a little more hard to travel there for the condition of temperature and humidity. And this is very nice. It's like a beautiful temperature, nice coffee early in the morning, things like this. So it's very easy, yeah. But Andes
Wonderful.
probably will be my this. Mhm.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, good. So Luis, It's been 1 hour, and I think it's dinner time for people in India. And it was a fantastic webinar. I really loved it, and your presentation was super. So, friends, you will get a replay link tomorrow automatically on your email inbox, and we'll also upload this video on YouTube, and we'll share the link with you later. In the meantime, I posted, Luis's email ID, so you can get in touch with him directly. And 1 second, let me do it once again. Can you put your email ID once again here, Luis? Yeah, okay, good. So you put that. 10,000. Wonderful.
No, I
And
want
then
to say
people
that
get
a big hug to my
Perfect.
friend Dragan. Yeah, that is here. Dragan,
Yeah.
he traveled with me
He's there.
a
He's
couple
there.
of years ago. So.
Yeah. Very helpful man. Okay, good friends. Good night and see you. And thank you for being here. And thank you, Louis. We see you in Taiwan in September, then in Delhi in October. And then we'll travel
Yes.
together after the fair. Enjoy
I'm
yourself.
ready to go to see tigers too. I'm ready to go to see tigers
Yes.
too in India. I'm very excited to do
Wonderful.
it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye, friends.
Thank you for everybody that was here in the presentation. It was a pleasure. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. We're on air yet. I think so.
Bye-bye. I think it's logging off. It's okay, Louis. You can shut the window if you like.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.